something that isn't a proper session.
Downtime plot session?
Okay.
Say downtime plot session?
Yeah, if you want.
That sounds great to me. Crow's typing though. Let's see what A has. Because that would be 4, and actually that is something that reminded me of. I messaged you a while ago, but I was like last session I was trying to learn the animancy spell, and my cat cut you off, and we never got around to it. And Drisk is taking a shower real quick. Foti, you there?
Mm. I still can't get over that wishbone story.
Oh yeah, we asked Dritsko what his like, cause he's a nerd. He's a nerd, so we asked him if how violent the most violent holiday. And he said Thanksgiving, and he said he has had a brother and sister beat each other up over a wishbone. Like end up in the hospital, like have a bear claw across on their faces.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I know, right?
that's intense.
Okay, actually, let me see where I was. Okay. You have anything for downtime, Leo?
Yeah,
Well, you can start first. I gotta get my stuff organized because, yeah.
a fair bit, because I have like 4 weeks of downtime.
Good time.
Yeah, let's start with him because I think my downtime's only about a week.
Uh, where is it? There it is. It'd be 3 weeks with the last session.
Feel free to hit me with
I've posted it in the downtime chat like ages ago.
Downtime. I could copy that.
Holy shit, you do have a lot.
Yeah.
Work at the healer job, wisdom training, get the pay if you want to roll for that.
Hello.
I wonder how many people we could sort into categories of likes and dislikes Quincy.
What if they're in the middle?
Then I'm stuck with them. That's called Plan B.
Alright, so rolling for that, wisdom training noted. We make stat training more efficient and effective. We're going to say that the higher your stat, the slower it builds. Training,
For wisdom training?
or for all stats. Training
Okay.
8 to 9 is much faster than training 19 to 20.
I'm guessing an exponential increase.
It does definitely.
Okay.
That's basically it. Just, you have to find greater challenges to train faster.
Makes sense. Makes
Leo
sense.
would like to open a small church or shrine of Alcatraz with Pentacost. I mean, most inhabited places have small chapels for worship. It's just like general worship of the gods.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to potentially set up there, if you want to build a dedicated chapel, that's going to cost you a fair bit.
Hmm.
Well, then we're at 12. That I believe is 1.4 gold pieces.
1.4 is.
Did you just shush me coughing?
Yes.
You're not a jackass.
So do you want to build your own church or shrine on Pentacost, or do you want to use the one that's already built?
There is one already built.
There's a small chapel dedicated to all the gods. There's a statue of each of them. You can pray at each one individually.
Okay. Well, I want something more dedicated. You know, I want to. Could I ask for aid from the temple on
They
this?
already have a church there, so they generally wouldn't give aid. They already have stuff there. They would give small aid.
Right.
We can find out how much it would cost total.
I need to reword number 5 because that makes no sense. Hang on.
Building an abbey costs. The building would cost 125 gold pieces per day, but the church would be willing to pay for 20% of that. So 100 gold pieces per day.
100 gold pieces, you said? A day?
That's from
All right.
You gotta build the
And-
entire structure.
Yeah, no, construction time, how long would that take?
400 days. That's 50,000 gold pieces per over 40 days.
Fuck,
Temple
jeez.
paying 20% of that cost.
And you said it was 120 gold I had to pay per day?
100 gold. 125, but the church will pay for 20%.
Right. Hang on, doesn't that mean I don't pay that much in the end?
What
Like per
overall
day?
total you're paying 40,000 gold pieces?
Yeah, but the per day amount isn't that much in the end, isn't it?
It's 100 per day. 125
Right.
divided by 0.8.
Okay, okay.
It's still way too rich for your blood. Unless you've suddenly, like, you know, stumble across a platinum mine.
Well then, that's no good. I guess I gotta keep pinching those pennies.
It's like, well, you are from the church, so...
For any jobs that require age or attention, they don't have a job, but they do have a request.
Okay.
The request is, let's technically this is the job. They want you to retrieve a stone.
Okay. Do they have any information on the said
Not really. Well, it's not really a request. Well, keep your eyes out for rumors. If you hear something, check up on it.
something like what? Like I mean,
So the stone,
just the stone.
stone's called the Paved Road to Hell's Gates.
Oh, that's a name. The paved road to Hell's.
Gates, yeah.
No one tell Matt.
What it is it's an item which allows you to open a doorway to Hell's Gates. But every devil is notified.
That the gateway has been opened?
The worst case of ding dong ditch possible.
Yeah. It's more like you went to Ding Dong Ditch and they're already waiting for you with an army.
Ditch guy just probed the door swung open with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the paved road to Hell's Gates.
Wait,
Was it?
wait, over the shotgun. So hell in your universe is the American South?
Hell of a lot of places.
That's fair.
Right, so they don't really know much else other than the name.
Dritska, you back from your shower? I thought I saw your thing light up.
Yep.
Okay, so quick go. We're doing a downtime session and Ernie's letting us do downtime and look for plot. Because we're the only three that showed up.
Gonna go speak to the witch lady. What strengths it? She can't tell what elements you have an affinity for. You personally,
Right.
due to the fact that you are technically not of this plane. So, would you inform her of your heritage or not?
How trustworthy does this woman look?
I mean, she does look like Quincy, so pretty trustworthy.
Oh, fuck you!
Wow. Is that our metric now of trustworthiness?
It's like, I'm the metric of trustworthiness, Crow's the metric of stupid, Matt, actually it should be Matt considering the other sessions.
That's a bit dodgy.
I just make sandwiches and steal cheese.
Expensive cheese, not petty theft.
Grand
I'll
theft
ask
dairy.
I'll ask her this, and look for her reaction as she responds. Do you promise not to tell to anyone what I'm about to tell you?
She does not.
I'm not of this plane.
She's always give you a hand gesture of elaborate.
Are we inside?
Yeah, you're in a hut.
Okay, we're in the hut. I'll pop out the angel wings.
She would look like her facial expression would not change. She'd just go, yeah, I'd say purity.
Purity is an element?
Sorry. It's a bright element.
Okay. Not my idea of what an element would be, but interesting. How can I explore this?
She'd thought to give you a shrug and go, I'm not a purity elementalist.
Well, how does it usually work when you want to strengthen your bond with an element?
Depends on how you learn the magic.
Interesting.
Arcanomancers draw specific energy from the Grand Arcane. Primomancers bond with spirits. Really, it's up to the magic.
Would you happen to know anyone that has purity or an affinity towards this element?
I know of a purity arcanes.
I don't know if arcane is my style. Well then. Well, I could always talk to them. May I have a name?
You may, but I can find it in my notes anyway. Just NPCs.
Yeah, I had no idea how to pronounce that.
Kalam.
Yeah, exactly. That was my first
Okay, like,
thought.
Okay. I mean, not like it's this. That'd be hard to pronounce. No, pui. Just pui.
Just sounds like onomatopoeia. Just
No, Puel, Prince of David.
Alright,
Welsh or weird?
do you know where I can find this person?
you just shake your head.
Well then. That's of no help. Oh. Probably should have started with this. What is your name?
They just look at you. So it's completely blank stare.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even tell you my name. We just go right into it. Well, I am Leo. What may I call you?
You call me the witch. You asked me.
You like being called the witch? That sounds a bit derogatory and a bit paganistic.
Price I pay for not revealing my name. Strong magics use names.
True. I'll have to make up a name for you then.
If you wish.
And that's why she doesn't like you.
In my defense, I'm only bitter because I got struck by lightning.
You see a vine pop out of the ground and slap you wherever you are.
Wait, she's a god?
Get struck by a ball of lightning. Quincy.
Tiny cloud of lightning just
What?
zaps your
It's like
ass.
Solus, what the fuck?
Yeah, sort of mental image of a shrug. Like, how old are me?
Alcletus?
No songs.
Quincy just goes about
Rising
his
the bull.
yeah, Quincy just goes about his day ass smoking. You actually have a lot more stuff to do. Do you still have that sponge?
I do.
Yeah, the sponge of innuendo.
Vandals, family, home, old and new. I don't actually have anything prepared for that, so I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Study the book that Matt gave you last session. Text over creation of the god. You have read this multiple hundreds of times.
As in, because I'm a cleric, or because I keep getting more characters to read this?
No, I think because you're a cleric. This is like the holy text of creation, basically.
Right.
How the gods
Okay.
come to be. The Green Book, very similar, apart from it mentions a being siding with the gods. and then it's sort of mentioned in passing, but it mentions a 10th god being created amongst the 9 gods.
A 10th god?
10th god.
You literally have it in your downtime notes.
The white book, spell shell book, mud senses. Yep, that's just sort of a part of the spell that's been made. It's incomplete, cannot be cast, but if someone were to complete it, the sort of basis of the spell just cuts a sense out. And
What would it take for me to complete that?
research materials. Time. The red book. Yes. So before all of the facets shattered in the red book, this book describes a group called the Coolers, whose job was, well, whose goal was essentially to bring an eld back into the material plane. It doesn't mention which.
What was the name of that group?
The Coolers.
You're gonna have to write that down. I have no idea how to even begin spelling it.
Literally written thing. Coolers. Callers. As the people who call.
Yeah.
The Coolers.
Okay.
Night callers.
And yeah, it does have. It has a
That was the red book?
It has a bit in it on a weird spectromancy then spell that they did use, which allowed them to bind objects to objects, like an abjuration glue.
I don't know what to think of that.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
So, 2 objects made from an abjuration spell can be bound together?
So you have a stick and another stick.
Yes.
Put the sticks together, and you cast abjuration with the modifier, and the sticks stick together.
Oh!
Weird shaped stick.
Okay, I get you now.
Again, magnets.
But like glue. It's like super glue on steroids.
But can it
It's
come?
magic glue.
It's electromagnets then.
Like the
Because
strong-
it could take it off. Can it be removed?
Yeah, you can dispel it.
I thought it's more like electromagnets then.
Can I, as the caster, be like, I don't want it being there anymore and just stop it?
You have to touch it. If it turns the spell into a touch range.
Okay.
So you touch it to stick it. You don't have to maintain touching it. If you want to unstick it, you have to touch it again.
So, what was the thing about the callers again? They wanted to bring an eld to the material plane?
Doesn't say which.
And there was a thing about gods being involved in that?
No. Old gods is an unknown for Eld. Because the greater Eld were worshipped as gods in the time of Eld.
Yeah.
So you had the greater Eld, the old gods, and then the new gods, aka not Eld.
Does it have any descriptions for the eld?
It mentions, for the Eld, it mentions the red eye.
Right. Just a single red eye?
Doesn't mention if it's a single red eye. Just mentions a red eye.
Definitely behold. Oh my god, that is genius, Dritska.
Yeah. Well, God's deciding now. Because otherwise we could have, like, Dredge just have this giant pincushion shield from weapons that keep getting stuck to it.
No, imagine this, right? The
Yeah,
weapon
so
type.
that's what I was thinking.
Dude, pincushion shield.
It wouldn't work.
Oh.
You'd have to hold the weapon to the shield whilst Leo casts the spell.
I'm saying, yeah, but you're saying it's ultra super glue. Can he keep it going?
Yeah, as long as he's not touching it.
Because you know what I'm
Wait.
thinking, right? I'm thinking that battle axe that you can't put down unless you kill something with it. You cast that on it, and then everything you just touch with it just sticks to it, and you can't let go. That'd be amazing.
Okay, the next thing was do research on a green yellow spell mentioned in the white book. What research are you going to do on it?
Well, I tried to look for any other spells that would have done something similar, like remove a sense.
There aren't really many spells. So spell effects are generally grouped by color. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Blue generally affects the mind. Red generally affects energy. Green generally affects the natural world. Black generally affects death. White is generally based on more solid light.
Mm-hmm.
And yellow is based on enchantment. So yellow makes things better. Blue does stuff with the mind. Black does things with dead things. White does things with light and alive things. Green does things with natural things. And red does things with energy. So no spells currently do anything, but the combinations they currently have is a bit of white. Yeah, so it's green and yellow currently. The white book. Yellow for enchantment and green for natural. That should also cover the 0.9 of color combination of the spells. To think about what you're trying to do and what colors would work.
Alright, well, start with the obvious that we want to achieve. Ways of enchanting to remove a sense.
To the mind.
Alright. So ways to remove a sense. What do you got
Through enchantment.
for enchantment? Personally, if I was doing it, I
Mhm.
wouldn't use green. That's some advice I'm going to give you.
So, would you use blue instead?
Either blue or black.
Black?
Black already has an enchantment type of spell. Curse.
That does this?
Well, no, but it was basically instead of making a spell, you just make a modifier.
Hmm. I don't know, because from what I understood, I already have half a spell already made
Yep.
for me, so I'm just trying to figure out how to complete the other half of it.
Yeah, I personally, yeah, if you're going to try with a new spell, I'd use blue instead of green. And that's just me.
So, which spell are you talking about? Is it Curse?
Yep.
Hmm. That would be easier.
Yeah, probably.
How many people are successful in creating new spectrum spells?
A lot of people have made new spectrum spells, but not many have made new spectrum spells that become distributed like commonly.
Right.
Spectrum spells that people make, they keep to themselves or in a very small group. Whereas
Mm.
the spectrum spells written are like large-scale spectrum spells.
Right. So how do you create a spectrum spell?
You find a pattern. So spectrum spells are just patterns which, if you fill with energy, create an effect. What rotes are sort of patterns built into your magic that you can trigger instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's like no controls required. You just flood energy into them and they activate. Why certain spells fail is if you're actually casting it, you have to control the magic as it heads into the pattern. So if you mess up the control, pattern breaks, spell doesn't cast, you whiff. So creating a spectrum spell is creating a pattern that has an effect. Sort of like a runic circle, but not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sounds a bit like runic.
Yeah, but runic circle is constant active. It's sort of like a triggered thing.
Yeah. So how would you create a pattern? Like what kind of pattern are you looking for example?
Oh no.
Ernie is buffering.
Well, at least now you'll tell Matt how you learned how to make spells.
Oh, so it's a literal pattern. I thought it was more of a way to weave the magic.
Well, you're weaving a stitching pattern of magic.
It's like a physical thing. You can draw it out. That's how people generally learn spells. It's like you move
Right.
it's like the way that you move the magic. So you move it along here, along here, along here, into this, do this, then this. Adding a modifier to the spell generally works sort of like doing that, for example. You just stitch on a bit onto the side.
Right, yeah.
Quincy, at first I thought you were drawing a man with a hairy butt crack.
Dear Lord, no. I'm drawing generic GM representation. Seriously, have you ever seen a GM represented without a hood?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you special?
Okay. I don't know, because I want to start combining colors together, but I just don't know really get how the creation of spells works in the first place. That's why I'm asking all this.
So how you would create a spell is just by... It's sort of a mix between the two. I'm giving it a representation, but it's more like... best to describe it. Can't remember. So you do step 1, and then step 2, and then step 3, then step 4, then step 5, and step 6. So you
Right.
move your magic through the pattern. It's like you ever played the game where you have to move a metal ring along an electrified wire without touching the wire? or a game similar to that.
Yeah.
It's similar to that when you're doing this. You have to move the magic through the pattern without messing it up.
And what happens if you mess it up?
Right.
The spell ends.
Oh, that's good. I was hoping you get blown up.
I mean, if you create a spell which effect is blow up, and it's made very poorly, it very well might blow up. Because you doing it wrong could be bad enough to trigger the spell in the wrong direction, but
Didn't it-
effective enough.
Didn't Ahmed Garo blew his arm off?
I think it's into a spell.
Yeah.
A spell, but really powerful. And since Spectromancy follows rules of physics, as far as I can make magic follow physics,
Yes.
that will dictate
It's like
your arm gets rigged.
Diero used a car battery to power a light bulb, pretty much.
Physics-wise, what Jerry did was held a shotgun out with a straight arm, and one arm just shot it. But that's a shotgun more a 16th century cannon, which is holding a one arm.
Okay.
It's a bit hard to explain, but the general process is you make a pattern, which does a thing. If you want to do it less complex, you can just tell me what you want to achieve, what you do, and then I'll give you a time frame and a money cost. And then you get an end result of the thing.
Right. Well, there's two things I want to make. One of them will be simpler than the other, but I need to ask you about it because I don't know if you will allow me to do this because it sounds a little OP if you ask me. So
Go ahead.
I want to create a modifier for the protection spell. But instead of the protection spell giving you AC, it reduces damage or gives damage resistance to a certain type of damage. Almost like a chromatic orb, but chromatic shield instead. So, yeah. Would you allow that?
I love it. The more powerful the modifier, the higher the negative cost.
Yeah, that's what I assume, because protection is concentration, so only one person would have it.
Okay.
Unless I make another modifier to allow me to have two up at once.
Yeah, I'd like to make that. I'd probably say that would be a -8 or 9.
To the roll?
Yeah.
Ooh. So I'd be rolling with the -3.
Yeah.
Because I have +6 from the ring and modifiers. Yeah, I'd definitely do that. And it really seems like a handy spell to have to remove someone's sense. Like, if you have a captive, they can't see all of a sudden, or
That's cruel and unusual punishment.
well, if they can't see, they don't know where to go to escape, right? So
All the fantasy
they have to stay put.
decorations of war crime.
But you can make that physically. Just put a robe around their head and tie it.
Can confirm Leo is a war criminal.
Oh shit! You gave me more room.
I just shrunk the drawing so I could draw.
Oh,
Okay. Or another good use for it could be making one of us not feel pain. So
Very creative.
could endure.
Use of the word sense. I'll allow it.
Well, it is one of your 5 senses.
because you feel no pain.
I mean, I was going to be even more liberal with the use of the word sense and give a sense of balance, but
That would be hilarious.
you do
Can he give us common sense?
like, that's technically not a sense. Yeah, so your senses are you have the 5 traditional senses, which are sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. The other ones are balance, acceleration, temperature, pain, time, familiarity,
What? How does time work?
Your sense of time. Humans can roughly.
So you could just make someone really late at everything.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to go. All right, it's been roughly a minute. I should probably get going. They would have no sense of what a minute is. Turn up. Their body would respond.
That just sounds hilarious.
I go through that every day.
This sounds like a spell you should be working on,
There's
Quincy.
also another sense called the kinesthetic sense, which is the sense of where your body is.
Oh
So,
my
like,
god.
If you move your arm out of your line of sight, you still know where your arm is roughly and what it's doing, right?
Yeah.
It depends how heavily you're disassociating.
Yeah, just imagine disassociating that arm. You can't, if you can't see your arm, you don't know what it's doing.
So you put your hand in a sack and you're like, well, where did that go?
It's like, can't feel it.
Basically, you turn every body part into a Schrodinger experiment.
Yeah, it's like,
Yep.
I don't know it's there. It is there. I have to turn around and physically look. It would also make your movements incredibly uncoordinated.
So don't do
Yep.
it to Quincy, because I would be sucky as hell.
Just take away Quincy's sense of balance and sense of...
Is it mean that I'm thinking of Red Crow as the target to every single one of these and how hilarious it would be?
I mean, it depends. Are you chaotic neutral?
Now all
No.
Quincy slowly creeping across the rooftop, Leo just going, say goodbye to a sense of balance, say goodbye to a kinesthetic sense, Quincy just falling off the roof.
I feel like I should have some defenses against this.
No sneaking.
They also have your sense of hunger, so you could in theory make someone starve to death.
Well, wouldn't that go on
Oh,
our pain
dude.
too?
We have hunger pains, but people can, without it being pain, recognize when they're hungry.
Daily, your entire digestive system is hugely painful to your body, but your brain tells you to ignore it.
I still like the time one because I think I'd be like, oh shit, I should block now.
You could do, with this spell, probably bad to think about, you could do some very creative torture techniques.
Yeah, which
Take away
is why I'm
someone's-
questioning if I should do this.
If you take away someone's sense of sight, hearing, touch, and time, that would be brutal. There's lots of them in the box.
I think the confusion will get to them more than the actual what's happened.
Well, it depends about the existential horror of it all, not being able to move, having no clue why you're going crazy, but you're still going crazy.
You also wouldn't know how long you've been there, because it's at the time blank.
Could be a year, could be 3 seconds.
Again, a great way to transport people we have apprehended. You know, you've basically stuck them in a void.
But have we really taken prisoners?
I mean, you've taken prisoners temporarily and then just shoved them back of the wagon and dragged them off.
I mean, we were gonna take prisoners in that skyship mission, but you know, they blew themselves up along with the ship.
Good logic. Bear in mind, there is technically a way to bypass this spell, but it's not really a thing you can do. Synesthesia could, people with synesthesia could, in theory, bypass the spell.
Oh my god, that is so true.
Because your sense of touch wouldn't be your sense of touch. If your sense of hearing was related to a sense of touch or something like that, then you would just hear your touches. So it human body's a bit fucked like that. Oh,
That's interesting.
yeah, is that everything? In fact, you said 2 more weeks.
Yeah. I was really hoping to get that elementalist stuff happening, but Alright, well, back to the library. What can I... Oh, do you want me to roll for the protection mod?
Are we gonna make it? Roll an Arcana check.
Yep. And gotta write down the specifics of it as well. So are we going with damage resistance or reduction?
Reduction.
Alright. What was I doing?
Alright, I'll say you need another week. 2 weeks of work.
Alright, well, I have 3 weeks left, so... Just roll again?
Do you want me to stop, Ernie? I don't mean to keep ruining your stuff.
That's fine. Blank. No.
It's a blank page, not the Pentacost map.
If it was Pentacost now, I'd be very annoyed.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing this.
Are we making a 3-headed griffin?
No, remember that thing we found when we started the apocalypse?
No.
Were you there for that session? Basically, we ran
I
into
wasn't
this.
there for the hole in the wall, the donut hole in the wall underground.
When Crow got his chain thing.
Not the original one. No,
No,
I was there for the second one.
we met that weird 3 thing that it described with like a pale face and had, like a purple worm as a tail, a 3-headed raven as its shoulder.
The figure
Dawn.
was vaguely humanoid.
Oh, I thought it was a hellhound shape.
No.
Oh, well, this is completely wrong.
Out for an arm.
Oh, okay.
Just, do. Excellent. Perfect.
I meant
Fixed.
Okay, so that makes my job a lot easier to make this thing creepy.
Do I get to choose the damage type it's reducing the damage to?
You get to pick one damage type
Yep.
upon creation of the
Okay.
spell.
Okay.
So when you make the spell,
Now,
that's what.
all damage types, so elemental and physical, or just...
Any damage type, but to just clarify, you pick
Mhm.
it before you make the spell. Then when the spell is made, the protection, the damage reduction only affects that damage when you cast the modifier. So if you want, let's say you made this one fire. If you wanted a cold damage one, you have to make a separate modifier.
Oh, okay.
If you want one that can affect where you pick the modifier, okay, I could do that, but I'd have to increase the negative of the modifier, probably up to a minus 10 or 11. Stronger modifier, more negatives.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I see it as worth it, honestly.
Yeah, that's it. Alright. In that case, with the 12, roll one more.
1 more week.
Also, I forgot to tell you about the Black Book. Yeah, the Black Book. Bad voodoo.
Oh yeah, that was the heresy book, wasn't it?
Yeah. Bad stuff.
What kind of bad stuff?
Like-
I never found out.
Not Eld tier, but we're getting close. These are the people who have mastered, as the legend says, a type of magic that even Eld don't know of. Magic lost. It's like a lost magic. The way of casting these spells is just gone. Right? No one knows how to cast them. Apart from, as legend has it, these people.
Is there a name for these people?
Yes. These are also a group of people that
Don't say heretics.
from the book.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly put up a song related to them.
Ooh. Song
Oh.
lyrics.
I gotta turn on the sound.
Are they called the Chandran?
They're not good people.
I want to
They
hear
sound-
more of that song.
They sound good, people.
The song is very uplifting, but it's similar to
Fa-
Ring of Roses.
Oh, it's uplifting, but it's a fucked up song when
Listen to
context.
the lyrics,
Yeah.
awful. But it's a very happy song.
I mean, death can be happy.
You also apparently are never meant to say their name. Saying their name
It's like.
alerts them that it's sort of like Voldemort shit. Say their name, they know
Yeah.
where you are, and they will kill you. Because, as the legend says, as the legend goes, so all beings have a true name. All beings have a true name. A lot of the time, your true name is pretty useless. Very little magic affects your true name. Gods don't know magic that affects your true name. Eld very rarely don't know magic that affects your true name. It's traditionally only ever used in contracts, and it's like a hidden part of the contract. Or if you want to achieve immortality, and how you achieve immortality is you hide your name from death. If death did not know your true name, death did not know you. Right?
Take your name out of the ledger.
Exactly.
Just go full Sun Wukong on this shit.
But
Yeah.
if you find out the being's true name and you speak it out loud, they are suddenly mortal and just die.
Why do I feel like we're getting final boss info?
I'm just saying, the plot twist. In case you want to kill a lich, this is the way to do it. Easiest way to kill a lich.
Make it say the name of these people.
Okay,
No, just true name.
second question.
Like that.
Is true, when you say true name, do you mean the name that they were given at birth or a name that was, okay, universal?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like your barcode. It's what the universe uses to identify you as you.
Oh, interesting.
So does that mean true
And
names
how
are what your
can you
gene...
find those out?
You don't. There is an entire type of lost magic based around that, nomomancy, magical names.
Interesting.
It's essentially true naming. If you want a true name inanimate objects, it's called thermomancy, word magic.
No way they use purple as a base color.
We also have runology, which is rune magic, and veromancy, which is true magic. Veromancy only has one spell built into it, which is create.
So that means that we can't find out our true names.
Actually, Red Crow could, and Red Crow did get an option to do a thing related to his true name, which he declined. Great an idiot.
He's Australian.
If Red Crow knew this information I was giving to you now, Red Crow would be very annoyed.
I'm glad I'm.
Yes, he would.
I'm very glad
Yes, he would.
I'm very glad I'm recording this.
No, delete the recording.
Fuck
Stop
n-
it.
Fuck no.
I'm coming over there burning your computer.
Don't delete it, but don't give it to Red Crow to sort of tell him this bit of information.
Well, it's
Like,
gonna be in recordings listings. You really count on Crow looking up the previous recording?
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you just tell him that if you don't have a true name, you can't die, and then remind him of Grey in an early encounter, I think you may get where this is going.
Yes.
You will be very annoyed. I would be greatly amused.
So, does it write a name for these people?
It gives a collective name.
Yeah.
It is that. And if you are to refer to them, you are to refer to them as that, and not anything else.
Is this still the Voldemort name?
If you speak any of their actual names, you prepare to get fully decapitated.
The Chandrian. Very European sounding.
SCH.
Chandran.
Yeah, Chandrian.
I like.
If you want to know what book they're from, they're based off the actual Chandrian from The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh, I've never actually read that, but I know Patrick Rothfuss.
Yeah, King Killer Chronicles. It's an incredibly good series of books.
If I had time to read any more, Ernie, I would.
I mean, it's like 2,000 pages total length.
Dude, I draw so much, I read and I do D&D stuff, and I work. If I still had time, I would.
Anyway, anything else you wanted to do as you downtime?
So, the spell was made, right?
Yep.
Right, so I gotta write that down. Still dead end with that elemental. I can't find a place where nothing has died. Can't think of a place.
Why don't you go to a place where why don't you go to hell? Everything's dead already.
No, it was a bit more ambiguous than that. Hang on, I've written it. Where have I written it down? A place where nothing is dead or has died.
The void.
Where death has never been.
So you gotta figure out who Death is in this universe, and then ask him where he's never been.
Death is the... Yeah, death is the person. You would die from simply being in the presence of death, though.
So you need to not have your...
They must be sad.
Oh my god,
Like,
dude,
you
no.
choose death, and you just...
Don't have your true name, unless he has like a discernment skill or something.
Well, yeah, they do. The thing is, if death doesn't have your true name, death cannot locate you to kill you. It's like a hiding under a rock thing.
Oh, so it's kind of going back to Harry Potter, how the invisibility cloak worked?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a, you don't know my true name, so you can't kill me. It's a, you can't find me, so I am immortal.
Not boo boo.
Second, you walk in the presence, anything that is not dead becomes dead.
Can you talk to death without dying?
If you literally cannot die, yes.
So we
Can you
need...
write to death and just pass on the piece of paper and talk that way?
But if you just announce it out loud, if you announce that out loud a true name, that has the effect of death to be like, ah, that guy, and then zips over, kills it.
Hello, darkness, my old... But does it count if you're dead inside? Does he come to reap your emotional soul?
Oh yeah. Everything you have.
Okay, so could you just like start singing Sound of Silence and he'll show up?
I have actually been working on a magic item. Not with this campaign, because I know you guys was up around trying to abuse the fun aspect. Maybe for Outlook. Because I'm sort of gearing to be. It's like there are elements quite obviously signifying. So, for example, at character creation, like in session 1, session 0, you build a character as if you have a class, but in session 1, you will get a class as an item, if that makes sense.
Oh.
So you have, on people who are adventurers and go off and do shit, you get a mark, I believe is what I call it. And marks are a physical representation, like a tattoo on your body, of a class.
Oh, it's like the soul stones in Final Fantasy.
And you get abilities through this mark. When you go out and kill shit outside of Atlas, that shit has... I haven't really given it a name. I've currently just taken calling it quintessence.
As I suggest that.
Yeah. You take the quintessence from the thing, head back to Atlas, go to whatever I'm going to call where you get your mark. Give it the quintessence, and you get, and that refines it to essence, which again pops into your mark. Once your mark hits a certain amount of essence, it ranks up, hence levels. But XP is items,
Okay.
and you pay to level. Prestige classes are marks that you have to fulfill certain conditions to unlock. I'm not actually going to do prestige classes, but I'm going to give these 2 slots called brands. Brands are prestige classes in abilities. They are one ability, which is a brand, and they come with an upside and a downside. One of the brands which I've been working on, which is like an end game brand, I've called the Blade of the Reaper.
Ooh.
The upside of it is you can, if you can touch a creature, kill it. It just dies.
And the downside?
Downside is you take permanent constitution damage equal to their CR. So you all know the rule of Quincy. If your constitution hits 0, you die.
This is only useful if you're a super barbarian.
Yeah, and you have to be able to keep increasing your constitution to use this constant. So even with 20 constitution, if you had 18 constitution, you couldn't use this to kill a demi-lich, because you would just die. Because the demi-lich is CR 18, and you have 18 constitution, 18 minus 8 equals 0, you die.
I mean, would this spell still go off?
The spell would still go off, demi-lich would die, and you would also die, as the brand just absorbs your life force.
Oh, you die a heroic death, I guess.
That heroic death.
Yeah.
There are some cooler, more interesting ones that have like interesting conditions. Like there's one that I've called Merged Spirit, which is 2 people have to get this brand simultaneously. So you have to get this brand with another person, and your HP is shared.
Ah! I actually have a boss design doing that.
Yeah, so your HP is summed, and anytime one person takes damage, it produces from the pool. The downside is, if the HP pool hits 0, both of you die, no saves.
But until that point, you basically have double HP.
Yeah, and one person could, in theory, hide in a box somewhere just necking healing potions. Right?
That'd be great for running scams.
It's like, I bet you can't kill me, just a person in the back room just chugging potions of legend.
Yep.
It's like, no man can kill me. You can take as many tries as you want. It's a 300 platinum per try.
I imagined the most ridiculous thing I imagined doing is 2 barbarians getting this ability together.
Yes.
Like, oh fuck.
And they each rage, so it's just...
But there are conditions to getting brands, and the condition to getting that one is one that I don't think barbarians will generally be able to fulfill, so I feel pretty safe.
Okay.
But what about fighters?
I imagine more bards than rogues.
Oh, is this about tricking people?
No.
Is it about seducing people?
Although seducing people could work towards it.
It's about charming people.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, so there is an actual manifestation of classes and XP and levels in Atlas.
Yeah. You've basically made a skill tree.
Yeah, so people will ask you as an adventurer, what's your mark? And you'll say, I have the mark of the fighter. You go, excellent. And when you get your prestige class, or your subclass, your mark gets changed in a way, right? You get a sort of bonus bit to your mark. And all ascended creatures, which are what are called to taking the races of playable races, get 4 mark slots. So you can have 4 marks and 2 brands.
So are we encouraged to multi-class?
I mean, you can. The big thing, you can have up to 4 classes. It's the same rule as in Pentacost. You can have up to 4 classes, and you can have 2 prestige abilities.
So, does this mean that people have a certain level of recognition because of their mark?
What do you mean?
So, for example, someone who has a very rare or distinguished mark, as opposed to someone who just has a common fighter mark.
Because someone who had like someone who had like 4 separate marks and 2 like one of a kind brands. Marks are generally very common. Marks will come from the list of classes which I have said will be
Yeah.
announced, there are 13, I believe. Right? And people will never have a different type of mark. Right? If you want to take, so you'll always have, people will always only be a fighter, a barbarian, a monk, etc., etc. Brands are what are unique. Brands are specials. People have a distinguishing brand. They'll be like, that person has this legendary brand where they can fell a creature by simply poking it. Right? So brands will be what signify you. Marks are
Right, okay. Alright, well. Does anyone in the Protectorate have a light elemental?
That's not we're going back to Pentecost.
went on a bit of a
No?
tangent there. No, sorry about going on a bit of a tangent there. We've working on hours in the background on that.
It's okay, dude. I get it.
Also, if you're making a world anvil, gotta say, great website.
Yep.
So no one has a light elemental. I really want one.
If you had one, you'd be delighted.
Get out.
Here's my response to that.
Well, I don't think I have anything else for the time being to do.
Okay. Dritza,
So
you
one of
got
you guys
yeah,
now.
Dritska, you got anything?
I'd like to follow up with my questions with asking Gerard about if he has any books on dragons or any knows anyone I should talk to.
Talking to dragons. Legend has that deep within the workbench there is a dragon.
A workbench?
The workbench is sort of the bit of the Pentacost that is falling off.
Also, in the Yellow House, could I bring the MK Striker to the artificer who, to learn.
You just all look at it, sort of nod. Go, did you make this?
No, I found it in Ictrix. Many of them.
Do you wish to learn of it?
I do wish to learn about them.
What do you wish to learn? How to make them? How to operate one?
What was the second part?
How to operate one?
The second part, yes.
Sort of there. Alright, so generally, golems and automatons have a sigil in them, which is bound to an amulet which allows you to control it. This one already has a sigil in it, so controlling it would be a bit more difficult. You'd have to essentially boot out with enough power the person who already controls it. If you make your own, list off this, go ahead.
What kind of magic would be used to remove someone's sigil?
You essentially have to make another amulet with the sigil on it, and then just inject more power into it than they have in theirs.
Okay. Could you tell me about how they can use the shrink and enlarge properties.
Probably just a built-in spell.
Why, thank you. Are you interested in taking this beautiful piece of artsmanship?
If you don't mind.
By all means, may I have it.
Thank you for it, and offer you 50 gold pieces.
I got paid. All right.
Nice.
Okay. Am I up, or do you have more?
No, I found out that I need to go to the underbelly of the freaking world. So
Talk to Quincy.
I need an airship.
Or you could talk to Quincy, and I could get you one on the black market. I could get you there in pieces.
Well, you can walk to the workshop by foot.
Oh, okay.
It's still attached.
How long of a walk would that be?
A while, but people would advise you against going there.
I'm cool. I'll go.
Do you want like a rope?
You sort of head down to the entrance to the workbench, and these massive warded doors would be shut. You can't
Damn.
force them open them.
I cannot.
Just, you can. Whilst they are shut, nothing goes through. If you open them,
Bad juju.
I mean, you can just walk through and shut them behind you. I know Matt and Crow have gone down there before.
I'll walk through and shut the door behind me.
Alright. And what were you looking for exactly? I can't remember if my memory's gone to shit.
Dragons.
Dragons. Right. So then they are right in the depths, which is supposedly where the most dangerous stuff on the workbench is. Like demons and devils and demons.
Why did you go down there alone?
Why is it called the workbench?
That's what I wondered.
So it's sort of the unfinished part of the convergence.
Right.
So Pentacost was sort of slapping facets together to make the convergence, and then they started drifting apart. So he gave his life to sort of bind them together. Pentacost's life force is what holds the convergence together. Due to the fact that this was unfinished, when it sort of started drifting apart and dragged back in, it created a lot of rifts. And it's considered the unfinished bit. As such, the White House very quickly established the door, which they warded to shit, and then said, if you go past this and you die, not our fault.
Fair enough. Okay.
So basically, what you're telling us is this is the final dungeon of the campaign.
No.
Ah.
It's like a high level dungeon, like a level 18 dungeon.
There's plot relevant stuff in there, isn't there?
The plot relevant stuff Matt has already found and taken out of it.
How did you find it this early?
Paper Drake.
Oh. Really? And we still aren't using that at all, are we?
No.
How mad does that make? Yeah. How mad?
Because it's not talking to us, isn't it?
Well, we have to go find a book inside Ictrix for it. We do know that,
Yeah, it wants a book.
and we have to go inside Ictrix to find the book.
It did also tell you that there was apparently a Tempest dragon on a facet below the convergence.
Oh, lightning.
Tempest dragons also don't hold gold, they hold information.
Oh.
Paper drakes.
So once again, we need an airship for that, right?
Or you could just jump and use the feather as well.
Wait, is this the thing where he has to go past the void or whatever?
No.
From
I
just
don't know
falling?
I don't know why they can think that. There is, due to the fact that these are islands floating around, it is a three-dimensional space you can travel around in. The void is quite far down. It's just that the further you go down, the more evil, Lovecraftian creatures you tend to find.
Wait, so it's like... have you ever seen Blood Blockade Battlefront, Ernie?
No.
Okay, never mind. This analogy won't work.
Looking it up.
Well, there's this place
No,
where the...
no, I have seen it.
Yeah, the void in that show, how it kind of works, like the deeper down you go. Yeah.
It's just that in this case, before the facets shattered, what was the material plane was basically put above the void,
Gotcha.
like a massive wall.
Okay, well, Britska, you still doing stuff down there?
I would walk in until I see something like that looks scary, and then I'd probably turn around and go away.
Yeah, so you'd sort of walk in until you'd see this massive cyclopean creature. Sort of
It's a giant. Oh, I might be pissed. I might have to try to fight it.
No! No!
quite obviously not a giant, considering its skin is blood red, but it just doesn't have a massive eye, which is pitch black as well.
You said it's like what buzzing and Cyclops. I'm like, oh, I'm have to fight now.
Actually,
I love your reaction to that.
fine. Shall I explain this? Am I angry?
Britska, it's not a rapist that you know.
I also hate giants, which is what took me to Ictrix, because I was told there was a weapon that could easily kill lots of giants.
Oh. Well, that happened to be the same weapon we're after
I don't know.
for Mr. Scar.
No, that's a sword. I was just told that it's a place where weapons that killed giants were forged.
So back in the days just after the Eld lost power, and there are a lot of very big creatures, including giants and dragons. Here's the trick was where a lot of these were forged. So like giant slaying weapons
Right.
and giant slaying armor. In case you want to kill a giant person, a giant, or a giant boar.
But hang on. The dwarfs crafted these things, right?
I mean, no comment.
So, well, if they were dwarfs, wouldn't someone that's 8 feet tall be a giant to them?
No, the dwarves have a very strict definition of what the giant. You have dwarf and dwarf-like creatures, such as halfling the nose, a big person, aka a human, a bigger person, like a Goliath, and then very big things, like mammoths, and then giants.
Right.
I should have put the horror at the bottom. I wanted to give it a beard.
I will leave the workbench and seeing the cyclopean thing look kind of scary looking, and I will go back and wait for Matt.
Anything else for you?
For me, 1, figure out what that animate still is. 2, I'll do some more research on the Laughing Rogue and the Moonblade. 3, go try to find Caragel Vorrigan.
I have to read up on your backstory. 'Cause I can't remember who it's on.
Caragel Vorrigan is the guy that helped establish the prison break that Matt knew from. Yeah, I looked up his name earlier.
Research on him. He's a contractor, and then he makes contracts. He makes a lot of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
2, he's very smart. Not as smart as Gerard, but probably smarter than Matt.
Okay.
Actually, I can say for a fact he's smarter and wiser than Matt, considering I managed to get one over on Matt.
Okay. Smarter than Matt. So maybe like 3 times as smart as Crow.
Yeah, it's like 1.2 Matts, 4 Crows.
I wonder if I would be equal considering how good I'm at criminaling.
Criminaling is wise and charismatic.
That's the thing. Like that's my two. That's my 2 focused on stats.
This guy is wise and charismatic and smart. Got you there.
Okay, he's smarter than me, but I have 2. But I could get lucky.
And 3, he's strong, combat-wise, but prefers not to fight.
Okay, I can negotiate with him. Okay, so negotiation possible.
Crime lord.
Negotiating with him is a very bad idea.
Okay, I'm saying if possible if something bad happens. I like. Does like how does do I have a sense of how his organization works? Like, okay, so full disclosure, how bad of an idea is it for Quincy to become a mole in Carrigal's shit?
What if you get caught? It is very bad. But if you don't get caught, it's very good.
I'm gonna wait till I'm a higher level before I attempt that.
Yeah, sometimes it.
Yeah, because this guy sounds like he's just the rogue to end rogues, like the mastermind rogue.
Super rogue. Like
Yeah.
a rogue but doesn't have to fight.
I know, like
He sounds like Kingpin, if you ask me.
that's what. Yeah, exactly. But he sounds strong too. Like, is he only 2% fat?
He's physically strong.
Oh my god, what if he's a barbarian rogue?
He's not a barbarian rogue. That is the most. I don't know why people keep suggesting that. It's a stupid idea.
I rage quiet.
Yeah, but the main issue is sneak attack does not work with strength-based weapons, and I'm pretty sure rage only works with strength-based weapons.
I know, but like,
the Constitution one.
I'm saying like it maybe has a weird barbarian subclass called the Silent Rager.
The silent.
Yeah, so rage only works with strength melee attacks, and sneak attack only works with. Actually,
Okay, I roll 20 just
light
for.
rogue.
We have created a new class.
Hold on. Yeah, no, it could in theory work. You just have to be a rogue, buff strength, and then only use rapiers.
Yep.
You go rogue, you're a barbarian, buff strength, and use rapiers.
Okay, Firefox is being weird, so just a second.
Why are you using Firefox?
I'm using Firefox and Chrome. Which would you rather have? Firefox works better than Chrome for me.
I don't use Opera.
Fulcrum?
Yes.
Opera.
Opera.
P-E-R.
I don't pay for my shit.
Yeah, I don't pay for it either.
I thought Opera was pay to in.
I can just download it.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, that and I have been training animancers for a week. Second thing, okay, one question: are there any master animancers in the city?
No.
Okay, then I am just here to try to learn more basic spells.
Becoming strong at animancy either takes a lot of time or morally dubious methods.
And Quincy's trying to be a good boy.
Exactly.
Okay, so but like we did say I was about to learn a spell last time, and I got cut off by my cat again. So,
Okay.
so just another buff or debuff spell is fine with me.
Conjure up a list of what I can give you.
Like the only spell I have right now is Calm
Give
Emotions.
you an option.
Okay.
Do you want a not weak but not strong spell that doesn't have a downside, or a strong spell that has a downside?
Is the downside lethal?
Potentially. I'm giving you an option.
Okay. Thing is, like, I'm guessing this does damage to me.
Well, it's not damage so much as risk. It's power. It's like good Reddit post I thought about this. Power choice, not power creep. Like there is a risk. Well, there's a downside. Either the risk is the downside is it has limited uses. It is dangerous, or it is morally dubious.
And Quincy's trying to be a good boy, so morally dubious is out of there.
Well, morally dubious is more like an example of a morally dubious item, like an item with a downside, is like an item which allows you to teleport a CR 15 or lower creature. So it's like, actually, no, there we are. Right. There's a wand, you point at a creature that is CR 15 or lower. The creature make an intelligence saving throw. If it fails, the creature dies, and 3 copies of the creature are created at random locations.
Oh, shit.
Upside is, you kill the thing pretty quickly. Downside is,
You could have put one in the middle of an orphanage.
exactly. And I get to, even though it says random, I technically get to pick where they are.
Okay. What do you guys think? Just
Or 3 of them right in front of you.
I was thinking,
Like,
what do you guys think? Big like I don't know. Quincy's kind of about mitigating the risk. I'm trying to keep our party together. I think I'll take
Roll for it.
roll a d2. Okay, if I roll, I'm gonna roll a 1d2. If I roll a 1, I'm taking the risky one. If I roll a 2, I'm taking the non-risky one.
Do it.
Okay, I'm taking the non-risky one.
taking the non-risky one.
That I rolled. That's the roll. I'm letting the dice decide this.
Are you sure?
You really want me to get this, don't you?
There are the thing that I do when I flip coins. Like if there's 2 options, I flip the coin. And if I don't like the outcome, that means it's not the one I really wanted.
Yeah. I get that,
So
but
the thing, are you sure you want the non-risky one? Because once you said yes, you not going back.
fuck it, I'll take the risky one.
Okay.
Atta boy.
Let's see what this shit is.
Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to give you another option.
Okay.
You can sort of build an ability.
Oh fuck.
Would you like the downside to be it is conditional, it has limited uses, it is dangerous, or it is morally dubious?
Okay, when you say limited uses, does that mean I can't use it even with my soul health all the time, or like the long rest reset, or limited as in if I use this, it's gone forever?
And then it's like an ability, but you have to have a shotgun, for an example, is an example of an item with limited uses. You have a limited amount of times you can fire the shotgun equal to the shotgun shells you have. You could potentially find more shotgun shells, or buy them.
Okay, so
If
it's
you don't have shotgun shells, you cannot shoot a shotgun.
not related to soul health at all. It's not related to the other animancy spending points.
Well, it might be related to soul health, it might be related to actual souls.
Okay, I better not shoot souls. So, okay, how bitchy would the conditions be?
I don't know. I won't make them you must be standing under a full moon or wearing purple paint on your nose within 4.7 kilometers of a volcano. I won't be like that.
Okay.
More be like it probably be more like it only works against a specific creature, at a specific time, or at a specific location, or so forth. Or if you are dying.
Okay, and danger, I'm guessing, is just it can blow up in my face.
That's it's just every time you use it, you'd probably roll a d100, and on certain rolls, bad shit trademark occurs.
So it's basically gonna be wild magic.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the danger route because that actually sounds the safest of these.
Alright, and what type of ability do you want? Do you want transportation, a buff, a debuff,
Okay, transportation with animancy. That's interesting.
or scout? Or scouting?
Scouting.
Scouting would be astral movement.
Oh, that sounds badass.
It really does.
And that's actually
So it would basically send you to the ethereal plane.
yeah. So basically, kind of acting like the blink spell.
Yeah, sort of.
Fuck it. I'll take that.
Excellent.
I bet you Ernie has all these scenarios where it can fail, and he just wants them to happen.
I know, but the thing is, I'm worried the first time I use this spell, Quincy's gonna die, so I'm gonna ask for help. So, watch you get stuck in the ethereal plane for 400 years. I want Quincy to survive. I actually really like this character.
Well, revive him for Atlas, I guess.
I'm actually planning to play a warlock in Atlas because I want to try to make an ultimate duelist.
Well, it has 13 classes, so we'll see what they are.
I know.
Are warlocks a thing in Atlas?
Yeah.
Base classes are in Atlas.
Because like I've
What happens, lore-wise, when you become a warlock in Atlas, you get your mark, and then patrons basically bid on you.
okay, so just
Like,
full
the patrons like, I want this guy.
full disclosure, I'm planning to be a hexblade, so because I've found that hexblades are really powerful as duelists.
Yeah.
Because like I have an NPC hexblade in my game, and Foti, you remember Rosal?
Mm.
He's fucking ridiculous. I gave him a scimitar of speed, and it's just, oh dear lord. So are you just like finding the spell card for this? Oh, you messaged me. Oh, this is badass.
Well, come on.
I'm waiting for
We
it.
want to know.
He's still going. He's still going. It'll be on the recording. You can watch it later. Okay. I don't know why, but TM makes that sound so much scarier.
It's my branded version of bad shit.
I know, but Ernie, your bad shit leads to the apocalypse.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
You don't want to admit one.
So, okay, question. Otherwise, does this act like the blink spell, basically? Can I do this every turn?
Essentially, whilst you're on the ethereal plane, well, the border ethereal plane, creatures cannot see you. You can see creatures. You can't interact with creatures.
So this is like, this is basically a version of invisibility.
Yeah.
But better.
Whilst you are on this, it's essentially an astral thing. A
Gotcha.
similar thing that happens when you travel to the astral plane. You are attached to your body. So you detach from your body, but you are still attached by a silver tether. If
Okay.
the silver tether is cut, you die.
Gotcha.
Before you die, you just can't re-enter your body. Whilst you are in this way, your body can be killed.
Oh,
So,
okay, so my body stays behind, but my soul goes out?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lot more of a scouting thing. Gotcha.
it's like astral projection.
Gotcha. Okay, so the ability is called Slip Between the Tracks. As an action, I may enter the ethereal plane. At the start of every turn, roll a d100. On a 98, 99, or 100, bad shit, TM, occurs.
I should read about that. Border ethereal plane, I'm pretty sure.
I enter the border ethereal plane. So basically, Quincy's walking the line between life and death. But this is
I
also...
mean, 3% chance for that to happen.
Dude, but yeah, you know my luck. If it's not a nat 20, it's a nat 1. So... Dylan, I'm putting that on my character sheet. Would that be considered a spell?
It's a spell-like ability.
Okay, I'm gonna put that, since that's pretty big, I'm gonna put that in my level 3 slot just in case. I'm gonna call that an enchantment spell. And other than that, all I have left is, I already did the Moonblade and the Laughing Rogue research, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really find anything new.
Nope.
Just a sec.
Laughing Rogue.
Yes? Gotcha. Sorry about that. Yeah.
So, basically, it's not really the border ethereal. I have a hard name for describing it. It's like a mix between the astral plane and the border ethereal. I'm going to call it the border astral plane.
Why don't we just call it the realm between?
Because it's not really.
Okay.
I have that. It is not that.
I mean, just rip off DC and call it the bleed.
What? It's not really that.
Okay, the border.
Essentially, border astral plane.
Okay.
Because the astral plane is the realm of mind. Alright?
Wait, so
The
is
plane of consciousness.
are we going to ethereal or astral? Okay, astral.
Astral. The astral is the plane of consciousness and souls. This
Yep.
is sort of the bit where the material plane and the astral plane touch. Very thin.
Okay. 98 through 100, bad shit TM occurs.
You don't want bad shit trademark to occur in this case. It's like bad shit trademark.
Like, I'm gonna guess, like, if I roll a 98, 98, 9, or 100, my character's just dead, right? Done.
Mainly because I'm going to give you a bit of a hint. High CR encounters are geared, like CR 25 encounters, are geared around 4 level 20 players with high level equipment.
Oh. I'm going to encounter the Kraken of the astral plane.
So,
See, now I don't want to ever use this because I'm going to be scared out of my fucking mind.
see, that's why I really like that approach. Power choice, not power creep. Assign like big downsides to powerful abilities. And players would be like, it's strong, but I don't want to use it because it has a chance of fucking me over.
Yeah. I really wonder what the hell your the description, I can't use the requirement what it would have been for you know. Is there any way I could learn to mitigate the danger later?
No.
Okay, so that's just part of the deal with the spell.
Certain things inhabit the border astral plane.
So basically, I'm rolling for encounters. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Could I potentially escape?
If you ran, yes.
Okay, I feel a bit better about my chances now.
Thing is, on the astral plane, it is faster than you are, but not by much. So if you are close enough to your body, you could hit back your body in time. But if you are far enough away, you're fine.
I'm definitely getting mobile at level 8 now. Okay, then that's all I've got. We found out more about Coral. I got a new spell. I think that's it for the session then?
Quick side note. This is mainly for Quincy. Quincy, do you know how to draw like military crests?
Some basic ones. Do you try like put coat of arms crests or?
Yeah, like coat of arms, like organizations.
Yeah, I can do that.
I may send you a few requests later.
Gotcha.
Feel free to not do them if you don't have time.
I could probably fit drawing in because I could just do that as like I do drawing on my lunch break as long as you don't mind just sketches.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just send me ideas. So like I drew Matt's dwarf cleric a while ago, and did you see the planned band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly more like just like I'll see if I can find some examples.
Okay, I think I learned everything relevant. So. Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, I can do that, but just get them to tell me like what the reputation is, what they kind of want to have, because I mean I could go pretty abstract.
Alright, I'll send you some stuff later.
And like I'll base it like if you send me stuff based on like who the symbol is of, I will probably base it off like who these people are. Like if you say there's forgers, it's gonna have like a hammer or something.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna stop the recording now and put that up.